Hi, this is an English project about cool dragons. In this work, we are going to talk about two dragons each. I, Catalina, am going to do the Leviathan and the Chinese dragon, and Martin is going to do the European dragon and the Quetzalcoatl. So, yeah, let's go with the explanations.
The European dragon. This is the most famous one of the West. When we think of a dragon, this is the first one that comes to mind. This is obviously because of colonization, but keep an eye on that because we are going to return to that. But originally, what did this dragon mean? Or more specifically, what it portrayed? Well, for starters, we gotta have some concepts clear. They absolutely fly, they're big, and hoard gold, except when they didn't too much, and are somewhat animalistic, but not all of them. But all these characteristics are evil traits. When you give them to someone, is to make them feel evil. They are big, mean, dangerous, and I wonder what group of people inspired the money hoarding concept that struck fear on mainly Christian part of Europe because they were the only ones that could be allowed to lend money because of some stupid laws made in Germany. But yeah, many European dragons were made to resemble people or groups of people, or even as a metaphor on Beowulf, the dragon serves the purpose of giving the life lesson that everyone dies, neither king nor peasant will live forever, but there are some exceptions, like the dragon on Saint George supposedly killed. Yeah, that's Saint Jorge. The legend goes that the dragon was terrified in Avila, and this monk named George killed him, but to be honest, it was really just a very aggressive snake. They were really weird in England, so that might explain why they evolved into a full-on dragon. But to sum up, dragons are either a metaphor for something or a misidentification, and because there are many types of dragons, we might say each country developed a different culture regarding dragons, and we know Europeans don't like to talk too much to each other, so that might explain it. Well, for our friend Quetzal, I want to return for the thing I said about colonization earlier. Not much of vibes of Quetzalcoatl. This is because the Spanish either burned, shot, or ripped apart everything that did not have Jesus on it, including people. This is why on the intro I don't show more paintings of Quetzalcoatl, because there aren't. But from what we could gather, we at least know Quetzalcoatl was widely popular on almost all of Mexico. Every culture had something with Quetzalcoatl. It was either they were a huge monster or a benevolent god. Some say it was the sun, some say it once was the sun, some say it was the pet of the sun, but Quetzalcoatl is always related to the sky in some way, either the sun, the weather, or the wind. And this is interesting, because Quetzalcoatl is a contradiction. It's an inherently earth-linked animal with a totally opposite characteristic to what we might get when we see it's a snake. Some say it was inspired by a comet or a meteor that was so bright it outshined the sun, and because of its sail, everyone believed it was a flying snake. But yeah, Quetzalcoatl was probably so widespread because everyone saw the same phenomenon once, and everyone got different interpretations. Too bad we can know them because the Spanish broke everything.
The first dragon I'm going to talk about is the Leviathan. His name can be translated to the twisty one or the circular. He is mentioned by God in a speech that basically says, "You foolish human, how dare you doubt me? I'm so cool, I even killed a scary snake." A fragment for that speech goes, "Can you pull Leviathan with a fish hook, or tie his tongue with a rope, or pierce its jaw with a hook? Will it keep begging you for mercy? Will it speak to you with gentle words? If you lay a hand on it, you will remember the struggle and never do it again." It's basically God telling a human who doubted him that he's dumb and God is cool because he defeated a big scary snake. Okay. From other parts of the tale, we can learn that the Leviathan has multiple heads, scales, and breathes fire. It is implied on the tale that he was killed by God in order to calm the ocean, and other things we know about the Leviathan. He is associated with the ocean, typically the deep or abyss, and also with chaos. There are lots of cultures where a god kills a cow snake on a big battle to calm the sea or create the world. They are pretty similar to the Leviathan, and the Leviathan to the other snakes. And now the Chinese dragon. In Chinese, it's known as Hayubiung or Long or Lung, and is commonly portrayed as a mixture of different animals, most commonly having a snake-like body with claws and a dog's snout. In opposition of the Western dragon, they are seen as good, almost godlike creatures. They traditionally symbolize power, strength, and good luck for those they seem as worthy. They are often seen as benevolent creatures in charge of the weather, controlling things like rain and floods. They are often seen. They are often depicted living in the ocean or at the top of mountains. And in some legends, they even granted wishes to humans. But if the humans got them angry, the dragon could destroy an entire village. During Imperial China, the emperor used to use dragons as a symbol of their power and strength. And as a final cool dragon fact, even when in Western literature, killing a dragon is one of the most heroic things the hero can do. Here, as you can already probably tell, dragons are really cool, and the most heroic thing is to the most common hero tropes are being related to a dragon, like being the sun or in some way related to a dragon, and or going in a big adventure to find a dragon and ask for a wish. And yeah, that's it.
Well, to finish this video, we have seen many dragons. We see that everyone has a different mental image of what a dragon is, but it's mostly inspired by snakes that we have seen, which is at the very least interesting because we humans are naturally evolved to fear snakes. So why do we give that much attention to something that should scare us? And even better, why do we make them more dangerous? We give them godlike powers, the ability to fly, to breathe fire, to be literal forces of nature, probably a mystery of humanity. We relate things we should be afraid of with monstrous creatures or benevolent deities. Humanity really is weird, huh? At least we got some cool dragons out of it, like the name of this project.